There we go then. Started to take it apart, and thank God I made the exhaust downpipe in sections. So that section there I was able to squeeze out. Still tight, I had to undo this mount. You can see this just lifted up a little bit, slid right forward as far as it will go. I was able to get on the top and the bottom V-bands and slid that out. A little bit of wiggling, but yeah, so now I was able to get to the bolts of that bottom heat shield. I can get the ones at the back there. They're off. One of the ones down the bottom is off. But unfortunately, who knew that quality Amazon bolts from from Amazon aren't so quality. So one of them has decided to round off instead of come out, and the most awkward one as well. So I'll get that one out. Should then just be a case of getting the shields off and we'll have a clear look exactly what's going on. I had in my mind everything that I was going to redo while the engine was out, but yeah, it looks like I might get away with this one. So yeah, continue getting this apart now. There we go, got the little bugger out. Had copper slip on there and everything for whatever reason. It's really tight. I had to chisel on the side of it in the end just to get it out, but it's out. There's plenty of clearance. I put the little button head screw on because obviously it's going to be tight down there, but I don't think it's worth the aggro, so I've probably put a deeper head on there, so it just makes it a bit easier, a bit deeper. And yeah, hopefully I don't have the problem again, but I can get to it though. So it's nice to know that should anything happen, I ain't got to be taking the engine out. It just needs a little bit of finessing, and I should be able to get to all the bolts. Right, let's carry on. There we have it. So now I've got access to them down there. You can see the reason why I had to put all the shielding on. We've got not very far between these pipes here, and obviously with when the waste downpipe's on, it's very close to the raw cylinder there. So that's why we've got the shielding. Just one piece is just aluminium heat shield, the other one is actual sheet aluminium with just a cover over it. Which obviously makes it really tight. It looks like we've got loads of room down in there now. Plenty of room for activities. But yeah, it will go back on. Obviously just protect it from the heat really. So yeah, clutch pipe. I've just poured a load of water over it just to get rid of the brake fluid. It is this union by the looks of it. That's the culprit. It was just thrown together quickly. I should have tested it before I put it in, but I didn't. I think I might have distorted because I just welded it together. So what I'm going to do is I'll get some like aluminium bar stock, and I'll make it as a one-piece unit instead of joining two pieces together. Just whip it up in the lathe. And yeah, so that's I think the solution to that one. I might just replace the one on the gearbox at the same time. Although that one, I can see that now. It's not leaking, but just make it one piece of mind, really, at the end of the day. So yeah, what I might just try and do is I'll see if I can get someone now to press the clutch and just to show you where it's leaking. Right, hopefully that's going to be a clear enough image in there. Let's see, I'm going to press it if we can see. There we go, see it just leaking straight out there. So I think, yeah, a bit of a fail on my first attempt there. We'll press it again. Right, so let's get fixing it. Alright, so yeah, it looks pretty clear that it's the weld point that's failed on the little joiner that I made. Now what I had, I basically had an old used one that I then got just an AN4 fit into, welded the two together, cool job, good, and yeah, obviously it didn't work. So what I'm going to do now is, because I didn't know the quality of the metal or anything else that I was using, I just took a gamble. What I'm going to do is make it out of one piece. So we've got some aluminium bar stock, and I'm going to essentially make the one piece in the lathe, thread the one side, or sorry, thread this side obviously, and then make that side. They are slightly different, not massively, but slightly different between the clutch master and clutch slave, just because of the different slave that I'm using. But that's no big deal. So what I've done is I've just had the calipers out and I've just measured up both of the fittings for that side. Obviously I can cut that bit down, chop it off the back, and then obviously make the thread. The thread in theory should be the easy bit. Famous last words. So yeah, let's get some stock in the lathe, and let's do some turning and see what we can come up with. That's the end made up. Obviously still need to do the thread side of it, but this is a first test fit just to see whether or not it's even going to work. So fingers crossed. And no. So need a little bit more tweaking just to get that to slot in there nicely. Okay, just giving it another go with the O-ring off, just to see if that's going to be the problem. And we'll try and put that in. Yeah, so that fits in there really nice. So obviously just a problem with the O-ring groove. I did make it very tight on purpose, so I can open it out a little bit just to allow the O-ring to squash in there a bit better, because that's obviously where the issue is. So we'll just get that finished up, and then I can move on to the next side. Okay, the groove now widened, just by about 0.2 of a mil, I think it was. So I'm going to give that a go now, see how that fits. Lovely. It's in there, nice and secure. Feels tight. So while that's in there, what I'm going to do is put some fluid in the bottle, and I'm just going to see whether or not the clutch pedal's hard, and I can apply a bit of pressure to it and see if it leaks, because obviously if it leaks around the outside of that seal, there's no point doing all the rest of the threads or anything like that. So yeah, we're going to check that now, and then providing that's okay, I'll just go on and finish it all off. There we go, part all done. Now that turned out to be a much bigger job than I was expecting, mainly because of the thread pitch. Don't have anything to cut it with, so it was a bit of a faff, I've got to be honest. I thought it'd be a nice simple thread, tap and die set, cut it out. Not the case. So the luckily on the lathe I've got loads of gearing. You can swap over and it will cut threads, but yeah, it's just getting them, they've never been apart before, getting them all sorted, knowing which gears, what ratio and everything else. But yeah, so yeah, all done. I was going to go a little bit bigger with the hole, but that is right where it was before. So all I need to do is a couple of flats in the main unit, just so I can get a spanner on it to be able to tighten it up. And yeah, let's get this swapped over in the car, get the clutch bled, and see how it performs. In, fitted, bled, done. No leaks, happy days. So that took, well, I wasted a week really of bits and pieces and assing about, but it's all done. I say no leaks, all the clutch is bled. I've topped the fluid like back up so I can just monitor level tomorrow, but it's not leaking under pressure, which it was before. So that's all fine and it's all good. It's actually now a little bit shallower, so this pipe doesn't stick out quite as far as the old one because of the bulk of it. That's here, well, it doesn't make much difference, got the shield in there now, but yeah, so I'm going to leave the one that's in the gearbox down in there, only because, well, it's not leaking and it's easy to get to. I don't need to go to this extreme to strip it apart should I need to change it in the future. but that can be a later job. That's not going to help get it back on the road any faster, whereas that obviously, well, completely stopped me. So yeah, happy with that. Job done. Just show you the old one, just if you're curious. That's the state of the old one there. Yeah, just where it was all welded together. A portion of different bits getting too hot, and obviously just no good. So yeah. Right, so I will wrap that up today, and then I'll be back on it later on at some other point to get back where I started, get these coolant pipes on the go. See you next time.